us when they found us as a beautiful machine. All that we loved went into hiding. All this hiding just tore apart our machine in all its beauty became a ghost to us all. Fly through the minutes, through the hours, all the days to cry out. This has grown way beyond dreams. This has grown. You can't be seen among the living, yeah. You can't be seen among the living, until you cry out. This is well way beyond dreams now.
Of all food products, meat and poultry are the only ones under constant surveillance by federal food inspectors. For example, at this meat processing plant in Madison, Wisconsin, 38 federal meat inspectors on duty day in and day out keep continuous vigilance over the production of sausage and smoked meats. Resident inspectors make sure that each step in the preparation of these products meets rigid USDA standards. This is part of the federal meat inspection program, which also includes the continuous testing of products, plant cleanliness, proper storage, packaging, and labeling. Some companies, as an added measure of quality assurance, conduct their own quality control program to supplement the USDA. When you purchase meat products, look for this stamp. It tells you that these federally inspected products were prepared under the most careful conditions. This stamp is your assurance of wholesomeness. A public service message of the Consumer Relations Department of Oscar Mayer.
Social distancing.
Social distancing variety hour. Check your meat.
Choice cuts.
Choice cuts. Check your meat. He's Michael.
Hey, he's Adam.
Yep.
This is social distancing variety hour. Welcome.
Welcome.
Where are you at tonight, Adam?
I had a weird day. It's a weird time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm here. We got out in the world a little bit yesterday, and checked in with some of our local political candidates. Out in the world doing guerrilla stuff for the show. Which was
guerrilla stuff.
Guerrilla stuff, like with a GUE, not a GOR. And that was fun. Like that was a thing. That was a thing we should do more of, I think, and a thing that I'm hopeful that can be more of a part of the show in the times to come. Because we don't get out in the world enough. Like we spend too much time.
Get ready for a bunch of fucking videos of just Adam out by himself when I ditch. Like, I'll be there.
No, you're not coming.
Not gonna be
talk
there.
to the people for a second, because I got my chroma key is being weird.
Something.
No, it's just like
no.
my something back here is too green, and it's I gotta just fix something for a second. How you doing?
All right, you fixed something.
Yeah.
I'm at that. I'm still at that place of just like I'm stir crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I'm still following all of the protocols and the rules and not going out to bars and not going out to eat. And, I'm supporting my local businesses the best as I can in, the pickup kind of way. But it's astounding the number of people that are out and about all the time. Like, it's just, and it's not their fault. Like I know I've bashed a couple of places on here.
Yeah.
For having people at them a lot, but I know it's not their fault. The economy is forcing them to open because we value dollars more than we do lives, and it's despicable. And it's got me on a whole other tip. Like, they're like the ability for the entire Democratic Party to be like, we can't put a $15 minimum wage into this because of what the parliamentarian said. It's like, who gives a fuck? Do it,
Yeah.
Like, no one wanted the shit that George W. Bush did. They just rammed it through.
Yeah, I mean, you're never going to have more political capital than you've got right now.
Yeah, and when are you going to deliver? There's nothing that's going to lose this thing faster than failing to deliver. I mean, we still haven't gotten our $2,000, $1,400 checks.
Right.
But we bombed the shit out of Syria. Again. Right after we signed that $200 million deal with Raytheon, whose ex-board member is now, chief of staff of the army, or I don't know, whatever his title is. I'm tired of trying to keep up with all these people, because it's been 30 days since the switch of the administration, and nothing has changed.
Yeah,
and it's and not only the only thing that has changed is the fans have switched. Talking points have just gone from one side to the other. Everyone saying like protecting Biden, protecting his decisions, protecting his bombing of Syria. I mean, there have been a number of people that they've shown talking about this, and they're like, wait, here's you a couple of years ago talking about how this is outrageous that Trump's doing this exact same thing. It was a unilateral move. Like, if the president can unilaterally move against a foreign nation who is not entangled in anything, who we have no war with, who we were just pulling out of,
Yeah.
like, and letting the Russians and the Chinese just do as they please. But you can't say you can do that unilaterally and then not be able to push through good things. That just shows that it's all part of the rigged game, that we're not getting anything that we want, or that we were promised, and they're going to get slaughtered in 2022. And then it's just going to be back to gridlock and tax breaks and,
curling.
People trying to bring up curling, fucking curling. But I mean, I have heard people use the same things that people use to, prop up Trump, say for Biden.
Yeah.
And I mean, look at all the shit that they said about Trump, about all the sexual harassment, about all of the rape and all of the other things and the allegations, allegedly. But Cuomo, man, like, everyone's using the same fucking verbiage to let that guy slide, and fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck all these people. I'm on no side anymore. I really honestly do not think that any Democrat at a statewide or national level is going to ever get my vote again. I am going to give my vote so that perhaps other people will give to get matching funds for some third party. That will never happen. But why? It is pointless. Direct action is the only response. If you're not the party of burning down Applebee's, then I'm not a part of your party. Like, I don't like all these people. Like, you got to vote Biden because he's the lesser of two evils. Yes, but evil nonetheless.
Yeah.
And to not help Americans, to not just be on top of this shit, to not have had a plan going in, is just, well, they did, and they're executing it just fine. They're spending all their political capital on bombing brown people that have nothing to do with us and getting near a tan in a fucking fancy title. Like, fuck this administration. They don't care about you. No one cares about you except Adam and I.
We care about
and
you.
Maybe your mom, because I know she cares about me. But yeah, man, I'm unhappy.
Yeah.
I'm unhappy generally, but this just makes me more unhappy because it weighs on my conscience when I think about the things that I want to talk about during this show. And it's, it's a lot, man. I read a lot of news, and it's hard to just, because I can't put it down. I can't quit you.
I can't quit your news.
I can't quit your news. Like, even if you're, manufactured consent being pumped into every single fucking citizen, like, it's dire. Like, read independent journalists of all stripes. Even read the conspiracy theories at this point, because they're half true. You just got to figure out which half.
Right.
Like, it's gone. We're past, like, it's like watching the end of an empire and no one knows that we're here. It's just like, let's continue on with life as it normally would be, even though there's nothing normal going on now.
Right.
But, we're flexing our big imperial dicks for no good reason. Well, everyone at home rots. It sickens me, man. It drains the humanity from me. We can't even help fellow Americans. We don't even help our neighbors. How are you going to get it through to someone where the humanity lies in it?
Yeah.
It's a lot. That's a nice shirt.
Thanks. That's from the Top Secret Made by Maris collection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, please don't. I mean, like, I have to learn to ride a horse, but I will ride a fucking horse around this town, and I will deputize. Like, could you imagine Deputy Soule?
Oh, Deputy Soule is, like, reason enough to make this happen.
Man,
like, here for Deputy Soule.
Oh, man. Oh, we'd have to get Tapper to move
Deputy
back so
Tapper.
I could deputize him.
Tapper can be like our, he can be your ambassador to wherever. Ambassador to Tapperland.
Oh, man.
It could be a beautiful
it's a direct
thing.
line of Tapperism.
Like, because right now, Michael for sheriff is a joke, but our choices, we went to, and we'll show you video from this later, but we went down and saw some of our candidate friends yesterday, and one of the people that they had a petition out for was the candidate that they're, I will say, sort of reluctantly backing for sheriff. And I had been to this guy's page because another friend who has opinions that I generally trust had shared an event, and it's like, come out to this thing for so-and-so for sheriff. And I went to the event, and I'm like, this looks kind of sus. I went to the guy's page, and I'm like, this guy looks like a cop. But, like, that's your choices for sheriff. It's like, do you want this cop, or do you want this other cop? Or do you want Michael on a horse? So, I think, we got a very vibrant write-in campaign for Michael on a horse for sheriff.
Oh, man.
I'm here for it.
Unreal. Oh, man. That would make me sick to my stomach, but at the same time, like, I would be so corrupted by power. There would be lawsuits and investigations before I was even sworn in, before I even got down off the horse. Oh, there'd be so much grift, so much graft.
Yeah.
It would be amazing.
And write me in for district justice, because I would make a fucking great district justice.
Oh, man. Let's cut that baby in half. That's the kind of district justice you'd be. Just wisdom. Yeah. Just wisdom. Yeah. Yep. That should be Housekid. Wisdom.
Housekid.
And then you in a Carhartt pointing off into nowhere.
Wearing my Michael Bennett for sheriff t-shirt.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. in my wisdom photo shoot.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, so that was another thing going on is like these like culture wars to divide us and distract us from the real things that are going on. Like I wouldn't be surprised if someone watching was like, we bombed Syria, like, because if you don't look for it, you're not going to find it. And if you do find it, it might not be the right information. But like shit came down this week in a bunch of different tubes about, culture wars and stuff. And one of them was that Hasbro had made an announcement about Mr. Potato Head.
Oh, yeah. The artist formerly known as Mr. Potato Head.
That is now, sexless because it's a potato.
Right.
Because it's a toy.
I find most potatoes pretty sexless in general. Like
not if you use them right.
Ladies,
gentlemen, and anyone that wants to play along at home. I'll show you Michael's pommes frites. That's great. little dab of mayo on the top too.
I think that's the shirt for next week.
Holy
that's
shit!
The front runner already is Michael's pommes frites.
Yeah. So anyway, I got to thinking about it when I was drinking, and like I've thought about how like the Republicans always take these like indefensible positions, like I think about it a lot concerning music and about how they came after metal in the 80s for, suicide.
Right.
And they came after Madonna for the Like a Prayer video, and they come after rap because racism. Like they come after all of these things. They came after Elvis. They came after the Beatles. Like they come for these things, and nothing's ever happened. Like every like generation, which is another false construct we'll get into it another time. But every generation has had this decadency and this puritanicalism to it. It is nothing new under the sun. It's a little bit easier now because you can see everything that's going on.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's humans. It's what we do. But it really got to me that they made it about like an anti-trans rights issue because they wanted to be able to say that Mr. Potato Head has a cock. And I mean, first of all, to like try to deny someone's humanity by like putting an onus on a toy is just baffling, sweet baffling. But I don't know. So I've thought about it, and with a little help from my friends, this is what Republicans want you to have is Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah.
With a cock.
Fully endowed Mr. Potato Head.
It's awesome.
That's a great shirt.
It's not even, this isn't from the Made by Maris collection because she wanted absolutely nothing to do with this. She said it's not a good idea. She said that the issues that I had making them were because it was a sign from the universe that it would be a bad idea. But Mr. Potato Head with a cock is great. And it's, it's the new symbol for the Republican Party.
Yeah.
So that's my cocky potato head. But it just, it troubles me, man, that they get to keep using these same excuses over and over again. And then the other party, gets to just make promises that they can never deliver on because they fumble. It's, call it what you will, the Lucy and the football syndrome, but it is just this absolute continuation of the oligarchy and their mass control over, all the dumb shits that want a toy with a huge cock. And you notice how much they like think about cock? Like,
yeah. And butt stuff, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Like
I was starting to log. I've been logging. The first anniversary of the show is coming up here in a few weeks, and So I've been going back through. I said we'd never do it again, but we're gonna do another clip show for
He's
the
gonna
first
do
hit.
it.
We're gonna do it again. The elephant will never again be so maligned. It's always Cocky Potato Head from here on out. Yes. Yeah. So said we'd never do it again, but we're gonna do another clip show for the first anniversary spectacular. So I've been going back and logging shows. Don't you just love it when she rolls her R's? But I was going back to, I guess it was over the summer when you and I got the very special correspondence that we got for having Biden signs in our yard. And I was reminded of conservatives' fascination with butt stuff in a very doth protest too much sort of way. So yeah, this the obsession with the genitalia of potatoes just really brings that back home in a very elegant sort of way.
I mean, I live with a godless sodomite. Like, when I walk out of my house on a windy day, I will get a rainbow flag in my face, like coming out the door, and then I turn and it's just like, woo! But I don't think about sodomy and other people's genitalia as much as conservatives do. And that's probably depressing on my part.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you should be thinking about it more. Like, you might...
I've got a t-shirt with a potato with a big cock.
I should have made it bigger. Like, I didn't want it to hang down past... I thought down past the feet would be overstating it a little bit. So I tried to be, modest and understated, but still, but still obscene. Modest and understated.
Girthy.
Modest and understated, but still obscene. That's the new tagline for the show.
Yeah. Oh, and it was in black and white when he sent it, so I added all the really good color detail.
Yeah.
To make sure that the head was nice and pink for you. Because I pay attention to detail.
Yeah, attention to details. That's what you want Michael Bennett on your show for.
Yeah. Yeah. Make sure the show's up and running, and then I'll come pay attention to details.
Yep.
Okay.
So we got a cool show tonight. We got our friend Violet Salas, a.k.a. Violet Housekid, and our friend Philip ROMJAY, a.k.a. ROMJAY, from the Indianapolis experimental music scene. Good friends of mine, good friends of the program, are going to be with us. Indianapolis kind of been home away from home for me in a lot of ways these last few years because Charles Schreiner, my partner in Embroil, my main, other than Mr. Bennett, my main creative partner in musical and other things, is based there. So it's a place that I've spent a lot of time and played a lot of shows and not been to for a year and a half plus at this point. So it will do me good to make sure it's not on fire. But going to get into some cool performances with them and have some cool conversations with them. So that is going to be a good thing.
Yeah. What are you drinking? What are you drinking? And then we'll talk about what we're going to play next. And then we'll do that.
I'm drinking whiskey and ginger.
Yeah. Attention to detail.
Attention to detail and timing. Yeah, I'm still...
Oh, wait. And partial nudity because we haven't had any in a long time.
That's true.
I'll show you my.
Still drinking the old tub bourbon, which is good bargain choice value for your whiskey dollars. And I got some nice fancy Reed's ginger ale, so I'm making myself some whiskey gingers. The straight whiskey is like I get a little weird when I just drink whiskey, because that's kind of become my go-to on the show most times, is like I'm usually just drinking whiskey, and like I need a little, I don't know, needed to back that off a little bit. So yeah, whiskey, ginger ale. What are you drinking?
I have procured another bottle of the Three Finger Jack Cabernet Sauvignon out of Lodi, California. And it comes in a cool little squat bottle, still 750 milliliters. But, you know, I've got, there are a number of bottles around that it's
one of those wide little shorty bottles.
It's become a thing. Yeah. And it's 15%. So let's see where that takes us.
Does it make you feel like a pirate?
But it makes me feel divine. I really enjoy it. And I got it because for an occasion, but I didn't, yeah. Oh, well, I can't even wait to get on. Just already like commenting. Yeah, Lodi's got some dope stuff going on. But yeah, I've been drinking a lot of wine during the show. Last week I drank a lot of wine, and like after the show and after we did our wrap up, and then after, you know, whatever, I was in the kitchen. I was dancing to Steely Dan. I was just like, I was feeling so good. I could have done another 3 hours by myself on the show.
Yeah.
I was just in such a place. And then I just passed out, just assed out.
Well, that's when we need to have bonus cookies. You just need to make the bonus cookies on your own in the kitchen after the show from like 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. And that will be on the Patreon for the next week.
There you go. Then I don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah. Speaking of which, if you check down yonder corner of your screen, patreon.com/SDVH. Support the show.
Follow the potato cock.
Yeah, just follow the potato cock on down to the bottom of your screen. Patreon.com/SDVH. Cool benefits at a variety of levels. For about $2 a month, we'll send you a really nice thank you note and some cool stickers. A friend of the show, Douglas Bailey, been working on some killer sticker designs. Maybe we'll show you the new one later on in the show. I got it loaded in here. We'll bring that up for you because it's super dope. T-shirts in the Made by Maris collection. Merchandise grab bags from guests of the show and some stuff from us. And you know, if you want to give us lots and lots of money, we'll make custom content for you. At you know, and then there's our OnlyFans.
Yeah, the OnlyFans. At the $10 level, I'll do a cum tribute on your headshot.
So speaking of the Patreon, at that second level, we do a little thing that we like to call bonus cookies. And for those of you who are regular listeners of Michael's radio show, y'all know what bonus cookies are.
That's when it gets good.
That's when it gets good. You know, when regular cookies time is over, and it's time for bonus cookies.
And it's time for bonus cookies.
So we went out in the world yesterday and shot some bonus cookies that'll be going up on the Patreon this week. But we thought we'd do a little edited version of it for you for the show. A little taste of the bonus cookies, just to see
what some kind of quality stuff you get if you support us. Un petito.
Yeah. So here's a little visit with some friends of the show yesterday, and we'll see you back here in a few minutes with Violet Housekid and ROMJAY. Social Distancing Variety Hour.
Social Distancing Variety Hour! Eerie.
Social Distancing Variety Hour bonus cookies. We're here in the studio on Sunday afternoon with Dr. Melito, Proto, and L. Taylor. Say hi, guys.
You know, out here on State Street, Saturday afternoon, gray skies, smile at me. There's a petition sign-up party going on. Adam, Oscar, Ren, you brought the family.
Hi, I'm Adam. That's Oscar.
Yo,
He's Michael.
he's Adam.
Yeah. This is Social Distancing Variety Hour bonus cookies. We're down here at Ember and Forge with Dr. Tyler Titus, friend of the program. Hello. With Jasmine Flores, friend of the program, and with lots of future friends of the program, all of whom are running for local office, Erie School Board, Erie City Council, county executive. Well,
County exec.
well, I already talked about you.
Oh yeah, so that's great every time. If I could take a free blast, I will take it.
Yeah, we'll
There's
take
no
the free
shame.
blast
There's no
every
shame
time.
here.
No shame, only points. So everybody say hi to the people. Introduce yourselves right quick.
We're here to
That can reassure you for City School Board.
Honestly, like, what possesses you to come stand out here in the cold when you know that at best all your position is going to do is provide a grift for you and your friends because no change is possible?
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys about our Senate.
Personally, I freeze myself out here so that my community knows that we are pandemic cautious and that we're willing to do the work and freeze so that we can get your voice heard in our community. I know that as a slate candidate with Elspeth and Ken, we're running so we can keep each other accountable, so we can have the support that we need to get the issues and the policies changed that will affect our community. So you're right, for the past 40 plus years in the city of Erie, nothing has changed, nothing will change unless we have individuals who are going to hold each other accountable. So we are running as a slate.
That's why local politics matter. That's why local politics matters, because you've got the taxing entity here, but school board has the 50% taxing entity, and so when people look like, oh, it's just a school board position, but they don't understand that it's more. It's not just that is a huge piece, but it takes all of these positions. So you can't, when you've got like nepotism going on and you've got tax breaks going to the most elite in the city, everybody's hurt. And so when it comes together, you've got to have
benefit the few with good ideas and not the many with the right ideas. We need to have a community and a government that works together, that forms policy to include everybody in our community and to listen to everybody in our community. Because when they don't listen,
Also that, like, every single one of us here represents our community, You can't have someone saying, oh, I'm going to run for this, but don't have no understanding about the community, what the people are going through, and all that. Because how are you going to fight for something you don't know about, So every single one of us here have experience, and we go through what we go through, so we understand what the people are going through. And it's not going to take us.
It took a pandemic for the schools to realize, like, even for schools to have a proper ventilations. It took a pandemic. So you really got to get started with education, which is the grassroots to get our, you see in schools being closed down, but constantly, tax increase for the citizens, we were talking about moving people out of the city who can't afford. So we definitely want to focus it to be more vibrant.
Yeah, I think accountability is the biggest thing at this point. We can have people who, talk the talk and have good ideas, or, they say whatever they feel like they need to say to get elected and to get into leadership positions, or they have nepotism, like you mentioned, Tyler, where, their friends are holding them up and giving them opportunities. But if you're not actionable and you're not being held accountable, there's no actual movement being made. So I think that's one of the benefits of having these slates and having these individuals who are committed to these progressive values and committed to action, so that we can hold each other accountable, but also the community can hold us accountable as well, because we'll continue to get sort of rolled over as community members if we don't have actionable people and we don't hold those people who are in these leadership positions accountable. And I think that's especially prevalent for school board. Like Tyler said, we see it as kind of just school board, but it's not just school board. There's so many larger community implications.
My glasses are fogged up.
I got everything all jacked up.
So we will get into way more of that with all of these folks who are all going to be on the show later this month. We'll have Jasmine and Kendrick and Elspeth are going to be with us on the 14th, and the school board folks are going to be with us on March 28th. So check them out. When can they see you next weekend? When can they come sign petitions?
You can come sign petitions Friday outside Amber and Forge from 10 to 4 p.m. and then Saturday from noon till 6 p.m. We are going to be outside. We are going to be pandemic COVID-19 cautious with disinfectant, sanitizer, masks, and clean pens. We're trying to make it as easy as possible for people to come down and get it all done at one time. Once you're done, you're done. You don't have to worry about it until the May 18th kind of thing.
Also come support local business.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Coffee from Hannah, Amber and Forge.
And when that policy doesn't work, and voting doesn't work. Burning down an Applebee's will work.
Always works.
Works.
60% of the time, works every time.
Social distancing variety hour. That was lots and lots of friends of the show, some of whom you've just seen, some of whom you'll be seeing here on the show soon. Slight correction, they've changed the time of their petition signing event on Friday. It's going to be noon to 6 and not 10 to 4. But yeah, go check all those good people out. Ask them lots of good questions. Sign their petitions. Get them on the ballot. Hi, friends. Hi, Violet. Hi, Phil.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, thanks for having
Hello.
us.
Welcome to the show. Yes, pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, absolutely. I'm glad that you get
the pleasure is ours.
Yeah.
That was quite the introduction to Michael there with the T-shirt concept.
Yeah, yeah, we're a high concept kind of show.
I love it.
That's how we get there.
I appreciated the shout, the trans rights and stuff. I kind of felt like personally, it's kind of that mentality is kind of a slight to cisgender men more than anybody. It's kind of like reductionist, you know. It's like, that's what makes you a man,
right? Like, I can be fucking beautiful, you know. Like, I'm pretty as shit, and like, I want people to know about it. It doesn't matter what's hanging between my legs. Understand me, the beauty in me. Man, that's it. Thanks, Violet. I'm on a whole new jag now. Cis men's rights.
No, you can't be beautiful. You can't be beautiful.
No,
not allowed.
Yeah,
you have to be a warrior.
Oh, I know, right? I gotta kill something. Blood dripping out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Use slurs.
drag it back to your cave to feed your.
You gotta be an asshole all the time.
Thanks for joining us. We're gonna get into to knowing you, knowing me. Phil, what are you drinking tonight?
I am finishing off a raspberry gin bramble.
Ooh.
And this concoction is delicious, lemony, and good.
That sounds fantastic. Tell us about the ingredients of your bramble, because that sounds like some mixology kind of shit that I need to get my head around.
So my partner squeezed a lemon. Actually, we don't seem to have any apparatus for juicing a lemon, so it involved stabbing the lemon until it
dripped down your leg.
Crying for mercy, and then squeezing it in. Some raspberry liqueur, some gin, ice. I don't know the rest.
That sounds excellent. No, I would totally drink that. Well, and
good rundown. So if you're mixing it home, just
lemons,
really
raspberry,
the only key step of the process is
the whiskey or the gin and the lemon. Just stab it.
And the stabbing.
Whiskey.
It's the hidden ingredient, man.
And stabbing.
The gin bramble. It's just
It's all about the hidden violence.
The Matilda raspberry liqueur is really good.
I'll have to remember that. Because this one just kind of tastes like a Jolly Rancher.
Okay.
Yeah.
We all kind of do.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Michael and I are both, generally speaking, both tend to be gin enthusiasts. You've not been drinking much gin on the show, at least. I don't know if it's like if you got the scurvy.
It's my bar drink, man.
Yeah. If you got the scurvy totally tamped down now, and it's no longer an issue, that you know.
Yeah.
It's actually, I hear that scurvy is on the rise. You know, we beat so many diseases with this quarantine.
Yeah.
But
It's the next pandemic.
Eat fresh food or citrus fruit.
Yeah. No, I had a movement of Uncle Michael's Anti-Scurvy Awareness League, and because like scurvy is something that affects people even today.
Yeah, dozens of people a year.
It's really important.
It was a real shame about the boys on that Shackleton expedition. I'm just now reading about that. I run a little behind in the news.
Oh, Captain Cook, your men. They don't look so good. That's who I'm defending. Like that's when we say Western civilization, that's what I mean. Cook and Shackleton. Yeah.
I'll bring you Western civilization if I want you to have it, okay?
Oh my god. Perfect. Phil and I are on board.
Oh yeah.
Violet, are you drinking tonight?
I am. I'm having dessert wine.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I have it right here. Tokaji. Royal Tokaji. It's my favorite. There's some fancy ones, but this is the basic one. But Tokaji's awesome. If you like Riesling or Gewürz or something like that.
Okay. So Violet Salas, friend of the program, in the comments says that she wants a shirt with caricature Adam and Michael heads.
I think that'd be cute. I mean, it's kind of old school, you know.
Well, that is totally a thing that
Well,
is in the works. Funny you should mention it. Friend of the program, Katie Sikelski.
Funny. What a transition.
It's not coming.
Who does?
I'm a seer of the future.
Who does our graphics? Did our title sequence? Is actually working on a Brady Bunch style layout with caricatures of me and Michael and some of our guests from the show. So it's going to be like the Brady Bunch grid of me and Michael and a bunch of guests coming soon as a t-shirt design that's going to be available soon. So good thinking. We're there with you.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, and Lauren Gillespie, who we owe a shout out to because Lauren Gillespie is our newest Patreon supporter. Shout out to Lauren Gillespie. Thank you, Lauren Gillespie. We love you, Lauren Gillespie. Lauren Gillespie for Erie School Board says thank you guys for stopping.
Submit your headshot.
Says thank you guys for stopping and signing our petitions. Our pleasure. We'll sign them as many times as you want us to.
Yep.
That's how it works, right?
Yeah,
Hey,
I've got a bunch of different names.
Yep.
How many
Bunch of
times will
addresses.
sign a petition? I can't keep it straight between that and voting. How many times?
Early and often. Early and often in both cases.
So let's learn a little bit about each of you, and since we started with Phil on the drinking, we'll start with Violet on the getting to know you kind of thing. So when someone, I don't know, when you share space with someone, when someone comes into your orbit, what are some things that you feel free to share right off the bat that, you know, will allow them to, you know, feel some kind of kinship with you, or also to like push them away? So give us like two good and one terrible, horrible thing about you that you like to tell people to like push them away.
Yeah, I have like a standard question. I usually say like if there's like a new person at work or something, because that's where I tend to meet new people, because I'm like a necessary worker or something. I work at a grocery store.
Yeah, you're essential. You're a hero.
Yeah,
Don't
you're
you ever
a
fucking
hero.
forget it.
You're a hero like Michael.
Yeah,
I'm a hero.
I'm an essential hero too.
They gave me a little button. That's how I know. Yeah, and a gift card for $10. So if there's somebody new, I usually ask them like, "Do you like techno?" And that pretty much
lets you know if you're going to waste your time.
The usual response, because it's kind of like a grocery store, and they're most like half my age. They're usually like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, is that dubstep?
I'll just say like, that might get more play. I don't know. I should try that, but or EDM or something. I usually just say like, yeah, do you like techno? They're like, no, I don't know what that is. I'm like, I don't know. It's like a kind of music old people like. Comes from Detroit.
I feel like dubstep is deader than ska at this point.
Yeah.
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 Although
there were a bunch of fucking people. There are a bunch of people putting out shit every day. Like, this is dubstep.
I mean,
for years.
Yeah, I mean that makes this its heyday. You know, once it's lame, I mean that's when makes money or something. It's like already gotten into the diaspora. It's out there.
It has on my other venture. I do a radio show at a college station, and the song they played before mine, like before my show started, was by Jaden or something. I don't know. I don't really remember, but it had all these glitchy fucking things under the chorus. And like, I'm like, that's, that's club shit. That's like ketamine shit. And they're putting it in pop songs and playing it on an alternative station. So yeah, you're right. Like it has become, they're going to make money off of it now. They've monetized it. So it's dead.
They're making money off of it now. Yeah. The party's over. Time for to shut up business. My friend Sudawayu, he's a very good DJ. Lived in New York. He always used to say when he lived here, there's every generation or whatever has like a style of music that is for people who can't dance to dance to. So that's it, I guess. People who don't
sometimes
dance,
I think about that, like,
they can dance to this.
Yeah, like foxtrot and shit. Like there were legit dances that people had to learn to like live in polite society with white people. To live in polite society, you had to like learn this shit, and because they couldn't just shuffle out onto the floor and move it. Like they had to have like in time, and it had to be done right. And if you fucked it up, then your dance card was empty. Like you'll never get married.
You're expected to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And if you don't know, we're not telling you.
Boys, I went through cotillion. And it's the thing where you think that you need to learn how to do ballroom dancing. Maybe because they were worried about my marriage prospects. They were right, in fairness. But mostly it was just like sweating profusely while having to touch your assigned girl for 10 minutes during the worst music and remembering to step in a particular pattern that is honestly no better than line dancing.
Right.
And then you just go fuck off. The ballroom was always really cool event spaces. You'd challenge your friends and see how many stairs can you jump down, that sort of thing. We were in 5th grade.
Yeah.
Who teaches a 5th grader how to ballroom dance?
This is going to be important in your future life. I feel like we're always living a couple of generations past in what we're teaching and doing and kind of modeling, because it's this was going to be super important. Everything that I learned about journalism and TV production and radio is obso-fucking-lete, because there's 100,000 new programs and things just move at the speed of light. But cotillion dancing, this is a skill. It's like golf.
If you don't
golf, I was about to
if
say,
you don't learn all the Perry Como back catalog, you're gonna be a pariah.
No one wants to show up and have it be the first time they've golfed.
Right.
That's like showing up and not knowing which fork to use out of the six forks. This was the other part of cotillion was eating without looking like a slob, which is impossible with a beard, by the way. Not that was an issue.
So I was going to say, did you have the beard in cotillion days, or is that a post-cotillion
I bet you had a
development?
beard in 5th grade.
I bet he did.
As this beard ages, there's an increasing number of people who have never known me with it, without it, and so it's kind of retconned into all my memories. But yeah, I know how to you're supposed to tear off a single piece of the dinner roll, butter that single piece. Is horrifically inefficient. No one else is doing it, so you don't have to do it either. But no one wants to be the first. No one wants to be, hey, this is my first day golfing. Show me how it's done. The ball goes somewhere silly, and you've embarrassed the president of Japan or something.
Yep, that's it.
I had a grandfather for that. My grandfather and I spent a lot of time on the greens.
You
something I did
strike
not
me
know
as a
about you,
golfer, Violet. Like you got golfer energy about you.
I'm a pretty good golfer. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna
Yeah.
split
What's
hairs here. I'm fucking awesome.
Make that one of your 3 facts.
Yeah,
about
the
me.
3 facts about me.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome at golf.
Yeah, great golfer.
And techno.
I always ask people if they like
Golf
techno.
techno's a genre.
Golf techno?
Golf techno.
Yeah, it totally is. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Here's the Chichi Rodriguez mix.
You're talking about black light.
The Sergio Mendes. Yeah, that's right. I guess honestly, like, I'm sorry, going back to your actual question, like the only thing I really do differently for people I just met is usually my voice is like more my like higher voice. And I honestly don't do that very well. I feel pretty comfortable with you guys.
I appreciate that.
Voice. Yeah. Well, I remember you as a Hoosier, Adam, for sure. I didn't even realize you lived in Erie until I started watching the show.
Yeah. Well, I've spent so much time. I spent so much time in Indy, because I've been working with Charles for the last 9 years. So I was trying to I was trying to count through in my head today, like how many times I've been to Indy in the last like 8 to 10 years. And I mean, I've easily spent, we've made 4 albums together. And we made all of those, at Charles's place. And, we've played lots and lots of gigs together, and pretty much every tour we've done together has either started or ended or gone through there. So, and he's not been doing his festival for the last couple of years, but, I've been out for his festival every year that he did that, and I've been out to play other shows. And so, I've probably been to Indy, 20 times in the last 8 or 10 years. So, like, it's, I've never been there for more than 4 or 5 days at a time, but, like, it really, it feels, other than, like, the cities that are within a couple hours of us, like, it has very much been kind of, like I said earlier, home away from home for me for the last 8 or 10 years. So, and I've not been there, like, literally the show that we did together, which was the day I met both of you guys, that's the last I've been there, and I've not been back since because Charles and I did that little long weekend of shows, and then we kind of got back into other stuff, and then we've been dealing with what we've been dealing with for the last year now. So what's Indianapolis been like through the last year? Like, and I mean, we've got our Pennsylvania perspective on what this shutdown quarantine times has been like, and Indiana is,
Pat,
I guess
it was full of people yesterday. This is Big Ten here. It's Big Ten.
Big Ten country.
Yeah, well, it's
the bars are open till 2 again. There's shit tons of white people on the streets downtown. It's like no mask, like groups of like 30 deep, just huddled in like solidarity to like pretend like none of this is happening at all, or like it impress upon everybody else that like they're crazy.
So do you just go punch him in the head? Like, is that a viable strategy? In like, do you just go punch him in the head? Is that like a viable Fountain Square strategy at this point?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not so bold.
Yeah. Do you just like?
There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go downtown.
Beard him in the face
right now.
This is enlightening me
Yeah,
right
there's nowhere to
now
hide.
because I forgot that the Big Ten was on. And I was so confused yesterday. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of nice outside, but why are there like 60 people? and I did not understand that. So we
just in time.
We messed up, got our beers in our plastic cup, and like fucked off to the farthest corner of the parking lot and like staked out like a corner of this like wooden platform like far from polite society because there was just like gaggles of people literally just like licking each other's faces. And then some people come and like sit down next to us. It's like I don't know how much more clear we could have been if we wanted to be like
I'm putting off as many fuck off vibes as I can right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that only attracts them. It only, it's like spraying yourself with Pepsi to keep the bees away.
Oh, that does not work. And ham does not work to repel hornets either.
The ham and hornets, that's got to be an Indiana thing.
Ham and hornets is a total Indiana thing. You don't know about that?
I want to know all about it. That's
ham and hornet state.
Next week's T-shirt. Ham and hornets.
Ham and hornets.
You catch
more hornets with ham than you do.
Ham, hornets, and Hoosiers.
Yeah, you catch more hornets.
Hornets with ham.
One more H in 4-H. I can't remember what it is.
Ham, hornets,
yeah,
Hoosier.
okay. Ham, hornets, honey. I don't remember what the last one, but I'm pretty sure it's horses.
Yeah.
Hoosiers.
Well,
I worked at a 4-H
or Hooters. I don't know.
Time, actually. Those are some nice people. 4-H.
I believe that.
Oh yeah. I believe they're quite diligent and focused, and they're in touch with nature, and they can like feel life on a different level because they see it, and they can probably like kill a sheep and strip it in like an hour, or like not think about it. Just covered in blood, being like, "Come on, Billy."
Yeah.
Like, get in this.
And be like,
I can butcher a sheep super quick.
Here's a pound of lamb chops and a sweater.
Yeah, I used to butcher a lamb every week.
Like Cindy,
That's for
Tapper.
work.
We got all kinds of people going crazy in the comments.
Shout out to everybody in the chat.
But what about personally? Because Violet working in a grocery store, I know the same thing because I do retail work in the liquor sales, and I've been back at work. I got, you probably didn't even get any time away during a lockdown. So, has it weighed on you?
All. No.
Yeah. So I
was working at the liquor store when I got off at the grocery store. I was going to the liquor store and working actually downtown. I just quit that one because it was a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, I totally get it. It's like it feels like nothing changed in all the bad ways,
Right. Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean there was a couple of moments Pennsylvania state-owned stores. So we closed for a bit.
Yeah.
And then reopened. And when we first reopened, it was all curbside, call in, and we'll bring your stuff out to you and come pick it up. But then, it was just there's not enough money coming in, and people are getting angry. So we got to, appease the money gods. So we opened up.
Oh, I get it. I work for the guys that opened up Sunday sales in Indiana.
Yeah. Right.
That made it happen.
Yeah.
So I get it.
But there was a very brief moment of oh, thank you for being here and doing this. And, and it was one of the first places people would come in just to shop, just to walk around and look at stuff because no one was allowed to go anywhere or do anything at the time. So they were kind of polite, but in an instant, it went straight back to you are a wage slave. Bring me exactly what I want, how I want it. And it was, it's a lot to fucking deal with. I feel changed. I didn't think that I could love humanity less, but I've been shown I was really, really, thinking way too much of people.
I'm not mad. It's just more motivation. It made me kind of do more I've been kind of hooked on this modular thing for 5 years and stuff, and it's kind of got me into like all these like blinky lights and electricity and stuff. So I started like studying calculus and shit and learning how to be an engineer, like these guys, they're like my heroes over here. And so like, I don't know, I think that's what I'm going to do next. Like, I like it. I've been working in food in Indy for 20 years. I ran what I think was like the best grocery and butcher shop in Indy for 5 years, and people seem to like it. And I definitely worked like 70 hours a week for like $35K or something like that. And I don't have really anything to show for that. So like, I'm going to learn something new. Bad. And then pandemic didn't help, you know?
Yeah, how's it?
So it's going good.
Yeah, it's going good.
It's going good.
It's a good motivation. Phil, what about you?
Learning's always good.
Oh yeah, without learning,
yeah.
you might as well be dead. If you don't learn something new every day, then it was a day wasted. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Like learning about ham and hornets. Now I'm set. I've learned something today. So we're all good. Phil, how's it been for you on a personal, level on a micro level of like the ROMJAY?
Yeah, so I am also quote unquote essential. I work in a factory and we make medical devices, which that is, I mean, pretty close to essential, I guess you could say. So I got basically through like halfway through the summer doing work from home last year, and then projects started ramping up, and they're just like, hey, we kind of expect you back in here. It's just like, okay, I can see how that's necessary. So I haven't been too. It would be better if the fine folk of Franklin, Indiana, where the factory is located, believed that this virus was capable of doing harm to them and their loved ones, but they clearly have to get it to care about it, which is something I've seen happen. People, my coworkers, where it went around the shop like wildfire. By the way, my coworkers were the kind of people saying things like, "I didn't know it was that bad. If I'd known it was gonna be actually bad, I would have taken it more seriously." And it's just like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, rural Indiana has just exploded with bumper stickers claiming, it's like truck nuts have gone the way of the dodo. Now we got bumper stickers about not masking up because it's for pussies. It's just really.
You can't have both.
Nope. Get one or the other.
Yeah.
Choose wisely.
What's the world coming to?
Yeah.
Well, if we can't have both truck nuts and bumper stickers, then the terrorists have won.
It'll look great next to my support the troops magnet. I love this. I love this trend of the Punisher skull taking up like the entire back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can tell from a great distance whether somebody is an asshole. And you know.
Oh,
Well, the Punisher skull has become this like Blue Lives Matter surrogate thing, and
wow.
which is weird because I mean I'm not
he's
that
a cop killer.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Right.
I'm not that big a comics nerd, but like I know enough about Punisher to know that like Punisher is not the guy who's like support your local cops.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think it plays into the.
They don't know the lore.
They don't.
They don't.
They never do. That's why, like, every Sunday, some asshole can fucking be like, "Oh, make sure you're giving me 10% because, like, otherwise, like, a potato's gonna have a cock and you're gonna hate it."
Yeah. Those T-shirts are awesome. I have to say, it would be one of those shirts that I would wear it like around the house and then forget that I was wearing it when I went outside, and it would be a mistake.
Yeah.
I think about that because like all the show shirts end up in the laundry bin with all the other shirts, and so I'll just like put one on, and I'm like walking into work, and it's just Adam and Michael, and I'm like, what the fuck? but this would be so, running to get a pack of cigarettes, and they're like, like
excuse me, sir.
This is what you wanted.
I'm gonna tell you what a gas station attendant told me when I was wearing a shirt that was even like 5% as offensive as that shirt. Is that supposed to be funny?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Michael Bennett for Sheriff 2021 is also supposed to be funny, by the way. But seriously, write in Michael Bennett for Sheriff 2021.
Don't do that. Like, don't. We don't.
Because if he wins, he's gonna get a horse, and it's gonna be fucking awesome. And I'm gonna be a deputy, and so is Sule, and we all want Deputy Sule. I know you guys don't know Sule. Sule is.
And then you ride.
Sule is our Bosnian brother from another mother, and Deputy Sule.
He would be the hippest sheriff. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. It would be super fun.
Could you imagine Sule showing up
ride on your enemies?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna have a show horse, and like the mane's gonna be braided and shit. It's gonna be dope as fuck. It's gonna be great.
You need horse armor. Horse armor is the new status symbol.
Kevlar for my horse.
Bulletproof vest
for
your
truck.
horse.
You have to raise taxes to pay for a freaking horse budget.
Yep, absolutely. Fuck the poor people. I need Kevlar for my horse.
I'd rather my tax dollars went to horse braiding than school vouchers.
Right.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
See, like, that's the thing about Indiana. Like, for as hip as Indianapolis can be, and for as much as you guys are in a music scene that is like on a different level than a pop scene or a rock scene or a punk scene or something, because there's a certain level of achievement that I've found in the crowds of electronica music, techno. Like there's a little something extra for a lot of the people, or then there's also the drug dealers that have to keep all those people high so that they can get really into the music. But like being close to country, going outside of those things and seeing a whole other world that they don't think that's funny. Like our shirts aren't funny.
Yeah, I mean, that's the nice thing about living in this city that is as sprawled out as Indianapolis is. You can go about your business on any number of locations around town and never cross into those parts of the world unless you have a job that takes you there, like me.
Which you do.
Or if you like want to. But the problem is that two big problems. One, people live outside of the city proper and drive here to work and then leave and spend their money elsewhere. And then Indianapolis does not get that money. And two, we are in like full-blown punishment mode from the GOP right now. The state legislature is passing so many bills that are just trying to hack away in Indianapolis's autonomy. They're trying to ruin our bus projects. They're trying to make it basically so that the city police have state oversight instead of city run kind of stuff. They're trying to make it so that that these little like townships that are like completely absorbed into Indianapolis like have such a strong say about zoning stuff that like they can be total NIMBYs about any city run projects. It's basically like empowering all of the like right wing NIMBY energy in the state to make sure that like absolutely nothing can happen. We're talking about a state that had a streetlight moratorium for more than 3 decades. No new streetlights. Hey, guess how many pedestrians die in Indianapolis because they get hit by cars because we won't pay for streetlights or sidewalks? It's
Yeah.
All of them.
Erie's been taking down traffic lights. Like,
Yeah.
this is being studied, but there's 4 in my daily commute, which is to work and home. Basically,
Yeah.
it's just a circle, but like they're just taking them down because it's expensive versus like, what about the human traffic here? Like,
well, I mean, there's one literally like pretty much between my house and yours, on your street, like around the corner between me and you. Like there used to be a traffic light there, and they were like, "Nah, it's not worth it anymore." And I don't think anybody's been killed at that intersection yet, but yeah, I mean, there's
there's not providing enough social service, and then there's actually like weaponizing social services.
Oh yeah,
and that's kind of where we've been for a while.
That's perfect. That's exactly it.
I mean, I ride the bus. I know.
to use just such arcane methods to keep people down is such a but it's prevalent. Like they may say they have control of the presidency and the Senate and the House, but the Democrats have nothing and are doing nothing yet. Like state control, city control, township control is so conservative and so far right that it doesn't matter what like gets done.
Well, so much of people's day-to-day is
City
about
all property owners.
So much of people's day-to-day is about local government decisions, state government decisions, county government decisions. And I mean, living in the city, and I know you guys both live in this. I mean, assuming that you both live where I last knew you to live, you guys both live in the city, and that's blue enough. But you also both live in Indiana, and Indiana's Indiana.
Right. Yeah, it's super red.
Well, and
it's
I mean, Indiana is like this much redder than Pennsylvania, just because we've got one more big blue island than you do, basically. You guys have a Philly, but you guys have no Pittsburgh.
Sure we do. It's Gary.
Going back to Gary.
Yeah.
I mean, I am joking, but it would be Gary if Gary was still alive.
Oh, yeah. Right.
If anything.
Well, and I mean, you've got Fort Wayne, you've got Evansville, you've got the college towns. You got Bloomington, you got South Bend, you got the college towns that are a little bluer than the rest of the state, but you've really only got one major metro area in Indiana, and that's not enough.
And then there's Hammond.
Hammond,
Indiana is where the devil lives. Holy shit. Like I dated this woman who lived in Chicago. And so that's like 90 is going out there, and Hammond is like, that's one of the fucking, I lived in South Central LA, and that's one of the fucking scariest, craziest, like just ridiculous places I've ever been. Holy shit. Like it's outside of Gary and it's before Illinois, and it's just like, what the fuck? But yeah, the devil lives there. It's
Gary.
Yeah.
I like
a lot of Indiana is pretty fucking scary.
If you're going to Chicago on the South Shore line, sit on the left side of the train if you want to see things like Hammond. Sit on the right side of the train if you want to see the steel mills and the lake.
Yeah.
But I like sitting on the left side. You can see like the remnants of entire lives through those completely broken out windows, that just gutted houses, like blocks of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where did this town go?
Yep. Just exactly. I mean, but everywhere, like in in Detroit, it was happening. And I was there a few times in the 90s for some extended stays brief stays. But I mean, there are people I know now that bought just blocks. Yeah. But bought blocks of houses for, like here's a $7,000 house on a half an acre, and if you put $40,000 together, you got a whole block. But just these Rust Belt towns.
I've got friends who are like New York expats who have left New York and gone to Detroit. My friend Steve Trimbley, who used to own Goodbye Blue Monday in Brooklyn, which is the venue that I played at in Brooklyn multiple times, bailed on New York, went to Detroit at like 60 years old, was like, I own a home for the first time in my life. And, he's like, he owned, there was a bar called Scrap Bar in New York that he owned all through the 90s. It was like a big hair metal bar in the early 90s, and owned Goodbye Blue Monday in Brooklyn, which is where, like, Animal Collective and all of these like early 2000s Brooklyn indie bands played a bunch of their early shows, and where I played a bunch of my first Brooklyn shows and stuff. And he was like, nope, can't afford to live here anymore. Let's go to Detroit and let's literally buy a house for cash in Detroit and have, compared to living in New York, have basically no expenses to live in Detroit, and basically live in Detroit for free compared to what living in New York used to be.
Yeah.
And like, that to me is like, I have not spent enough time in Detroit, but like, that's the thing that's exciting to me about Detroit, is that there's this, like it's unfortunate that Detroit got as beat down as it did, but the fact that it did made it such a magnet for so many creative people.
Allowing it to grow back.
It's allowing it to grow back, but it's allowing it to grow back in such an interesting, creative way that, it's not going to,
Yeah. This is a very artistic gentrification.
I mean, if you're going to have one.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're going to have one,
Yeah.
that's the one to have, right?
If you have a gentrification that passes through total collapse on its way there,
yeah,
it's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's like in the early and mid like aughts, and they were like, oh my God, there's all these gay people moving into the neighborhoods. And I'm like, yeah, they're dumping a bunch of money into these houses, and they're fixing things up, and they're helping their neighbors. And like,
they're the ones gentrifying it.
Right. They're gentrifying it,
Yeah. And everything's going to be like
unreal. But like, yeah. And it's like, it's
there's going to be a bunch of art and cool food,
like some
and
other people. Yeah.
Our friend Rogue Clown on Twitch, which is our friend Mick's Neulist, says they never met the devil in Hammond, but they made a bunch of money playing poker at the casino there. So, pro tip. And Us Who Wander, my friend Jill, says Detroit's an awesome place. I've lived here for 8 years. Lots of people from other states because of the prices and possibilities here. Such a collective of creative people here. Yeah, that's that has been my impression of Detroit.
Yep.
The couple of times that I've been to Detroit in the last few years, it's like it's become this like urban frontier that, there's all this like so much of Detroit has been taken back, and it has been this like, it's become this frontier that like it's ready for exploring again, and it's ready to turn into this.
Slogan.
Yeah.
Detroit, come stake your claim.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Go west, young man, to Detroit.
All the 21ers that moved in. Yeah.
Yeah.
to Detroit.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some of the artistic side of you guys personally. Hey, you guys.
Hey, you guys.
Guys,
like,
get the brass tacks.
Yeah, well, because I mean, like, I was a little rave kid when I got exposed to it, and I used to like to go, put my head in speakers and stuff, but I never started, spinning records or doing things. And then, as I got older, and then I started meeting really creative people like Adam, and then he was showing me like, you think that's cool, watch this. And I was like, this is just a fucking single note drawn out over a fucking hour. No, thank you. But I understand it. So, like, but
Thanks,
he can also
Violet.
do keys and bass and guitar and some stuff. Yeah. So, like, where did you guys? Hey, Sally.
I'm a drone girl. I'm
yeah. Yeah. So, how do you go from, like a cotillion dancing grandfather golfing child to suddenly get into the world of crazy electronica where, it's nothing but money and pussy?
Yeah, raves. I don't know. That's a big impression on me.
Violet predates me in this hobby. I would have to defer to her in terms of
Sadly.
how it used to be done. But for me, it's just like you get like a black envelope in your mailbox, and you open it up, and like it's an invitation, and not everybody has access to the catalog, special club card and everything. But no, I was in like absolutely zero musical scenes that involved modular that I knew of. And then as it's like the, what do you call it, the red car effect? Buy a red car and you start seeing them everywhere.
Yeah.
As soon as I knew what this was, it's just like suddenly I could see it, and it's just everywhere. Like artists that I love, Dan Deacon, freaking 9 Inch Nails. Artists that are just okay, like Tool. Like,
fuck you, Maynard. Anyway.
So yeah,
Well,
for me,
and,
it was just like it was like a conflux of like just nerding out about like, hey, what kind of gifts should I get for friends who like music? Because I feel like I can't make music with them because I'm not gonna like bust out my violin from 7th grade. And it started with little like
he does play the violin
groove boxes. You say I do, but it's more like I don't. But I really can't either. But how did you find modular?
I was always looking for it. I found it when it happened. Because like, I was like one of those kids I played music, but like I liked playing with like stomp boxes and shit, more than like the guitar. So I knew right away. I found eBay pretty young, and I was always trying to find like signal processors and like signal generators or something. So I would do like regular like searches for them at the library in like middle school and like high school and stuff. And I was like, I knew what I wanted. I was like, I want to find something that just like makes a steady tone, like a drone, like an oscillator kind of thing. And then I want to run it through this like echo pedal and make it echo. And maybe make it like the pitch go up or down a little bit. And that's the music I want to make, but like I couldn't find it for a long time. And then when like I think like Eurorack stuff started showing up on eBay, that's when I found it. I was like, oh, here it is. So I was waiting around for it.
Did it just come from getting the right pieces together to make it for you? Like, was it just that sound in your head that you had to get out? And as soon as you had it, it was just like, okay, like this is just it, like this puts it out there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was totally it. Yeah, I just found it, and I was like, yeah, this is what I've been looking for. This is what I like, you know.
Phil says no.
I was DJing a lot, like.
Phil says no. Tell us more, Phil.
Okay, so it was actually a conversation I was having with my partner this weekend that made me realize like what the hook was, because like I didn't have a sound. I mean, I had the last like, you know, hey, I'm gonna try to make music rather than just play music kind of experience I had was like playing with Fruity Loops in high school, you know, like just nothing that was like I don't know, it was like I was going through the motions like, oh, so this is how dance music is made.
Okay.
But it, you know, it didn't really grab me. The aspect of modular, just keeping it totally not technical at all, the aspect of modular that is so accessible is play. You can just fuck around and it will make sound the whole time. Like it never stops making sound. So long as you know just generically like, hey, you know, plug it in like this if you want sound to come out. You can it's just like an iterative process where it's like every decision has instant feedback, and it's just like it's like having a robot that like takes instructions in the form of patch cables and gives you music if you're lucky, or pretty awesome noise if you are okay with that without having to really try, just to be honest. You know, because it's you curate what comes out of this. You're not, I mean, unless you're somebody
I agree,
who's like a circuit maker.
Right.
And virtuosity comes into play when, you know, only recently I added keys to my setup, and I'm, you know, I touch one note at a time and just hold it down kind of thing, but like, you know, that the opportunity for expression exists.
Yeah.
But
well, and like, I mean, my modular setup, like, I've got keys like in my hand right now that are literally not plugged into anything right now because they're not. You know, most of the time,
magic.
And I mean, there's a piano
That's
back
magic.
here, and there's another keyboard back here, but like most of the time that has nothing to do with what's going on in modular world for me. Like, it's really rare for me. Like, I've got like this guy send CV, and I got it specifically because it sends CV, but most of the time that's totally irrelevant to what
It's not
I'm
the
doing.
way you want to send CV.
That's totally irrelevant to what I'm doing with this and what I'm doing over here with the modular. Like, it's like I'm doing like a lot more like abstract processing stuff with the modular, and I'm using this to like make keyboard sounds with things that make keyboard sounds. Like, I have very little interest in using the modular to make keyboard sounds.
Philip knows I'm more interested in like the compositional like aspect of like modular synthesis and like the sound design aspect. I just think it's cool. I'm a sequencer girl.
You have groove is what you have, like serious amounts of groove ability.
Well, groove is in the heart, you know. But like, well,
I had that tape in my car forever.
I love me some
that was
D-Light.
like one of my all-time favorites. I'm all about it.
Of the time and
I
place.
miss my Volvo. My Volvo was the best. The CD player was broken. I went to Half Price Books. I got a few things. I had D-Light. I had like Donovan. I like Best of Donovan. I had the Miami Vice soundtrack. Jan Hammer. Like that's awesome. I had
what more do you need?
Not much. I had a couple more. I had Steely Dan. I had Asia. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta have Asia on
grooving.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got to. I had some like DeBarge or something. I didn't really listen to that. I just got it.
I get into some DeBarge, but only if it's a Short Circuit soundtrack.
I can't. Oh, yeah. No. You know they're making a new one.
I hope so. Oh, Johnny Five is alive. Oh, I'm so old.
Johnny Five's coming back.
Yeah, right. But
that's almost as exciting as Coming to America. They're making
like that's
wow.
It's I've seen the preview for it, and but it was just such a beautiful film. It's just it's one of my favorite.
There's been a lot of time gone by. Yeah. I know, but it's just take it for what it is, and it'll be fun. Yeah, I know.
I used to be like you.
Can't recapture that magic.
Floors, and now I'm washing lettuce. In 2 to 3 years, I'll be flipping burgers. Louis Anderson, underrated actor.
Absolutely.
That role landed him a cartoon.
True story.
This is Social Distance Variety Hour. We got Phil, we got Violet, he's Adam, I'm Michael.
Yep.
We got Potatoes with big cacks. We're gonna get into some music, and like as much as these t-shirts turned out so well. Like seriously, on the Instagram, you can go see the text message that I sent to Adam about like I had a vision from God of Mr. Potato Head with a big cock. I'm like, we need to do this.
He's like, can you do that? And I'm like,
and everyone said no.
Maybe. Everyone said no, and I said maybe.
That's how you know it's a good idea.
That's why we do. That's why we do the show.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is why
Adam
we do
said
the show.
maybe, and then it happened.
That's
like,
pretty accurate, actually.
There's I live outside of the modular world, although I enjoy it, and so I can kind of see like where people want a guitar, where they want like a drum to keep a certain set thing. Like there's that, it's just a mentality of socialization, of just the civilization that we live in, and to have that. And so I think it takes something extra to get there. And from an artistic standpoint, is it trying to appeal to the people that don't want that don't need that? Or is it simply like a most selfless expression of noise? Because you can be a virtuoso. You can make it turn into something that just is, overbearing on your soul, that just moves you to tears. Or you could be one-wayness and just drone out the audience until
that's the goal. The real goal is to be one-wayness.
30 minutes?
To put it quickly, yeah. Yeah, the real goal is to be one-wayness. But besides that, I think it's a freedom thing. It's like everybody wants to just make a synth thing. Yeah, well, everybody wants to make a synthesizer because they suck. I mean, they're okay, but it's like not as good as the one in your head, So like you make your own, like that's mine. I'll talk about it. So my synthesizer. Oops. My synthesizer is made out of two synthesizers, and the one on the bottom is named Furball, and the one on the top is named Mittens. Yeah, Furball is like a cat. Basically, it's a cat that is like a 4-voice digital FM synth, and Mittens is like a lobster. Which is like my spirit animal. As Phil knows. And it's like a drum machine. It's like a bass synth and drum machine. And so, that's what I wanted, but they don't sell that. So Modular made it possible. That's what's cool.
Well, since you're already...
It's Mr. Potato Head. It's Mr. Potato Head.
With
for music.
Like,
it's full circle.
Hakuna Matata. Violet, since you're already being cool, do you want to make some cool art for us?
Yeah, make some sounds for us.
Sure. Are you okay with some techno?
Oh, hell yeah.
Fuck no.
Yeah. All right, cool. You get all set up, and I'll be right back.
Here
And
we
then
go.
I'm gonna dance.
Yeah, this is dance time. Everybody should dance or work out, or I just like to run to music. Here we go.
Now I know why you're Violet Housekid.
Violet Housekid,
Yeah,
everybody,
it's Housey.
social distancing variety hour.
Oh, that was super dope.
Social
Even
distancing
Tapper
variety
liked
hour.
it.
Yep, Tapper liked
Thank
it.
you.
If Tapper liked it, everybody liked it because Tapper doesn't like anything.
Yeah, he's pretty much the base. He likes everything. He's like a test market. Like if McDonald's has like tacos, they're gonna try them on Tapper, and if he likes them, then they'll sell them to the country. Violet, that was beautiful. Like,
Thank you.
I mean, I understand. Like,
I like
the
drums. I'm real into drums.
Yeah, definitely. Like, definitely into the beat. Like, is it? I don't know terminology. I don't know words. It's just like the drive to do that. Is it like I want you to fucking move when I am standing here plugging these things in? Like when I do this, like I want you to fucking move. Is that like a drive, or is it like I have this beautiful message about humanity coming together and they're all in step? And this is no. I want you to fucking dance.
Yeah. That's I mean, it could be both.
Why not both?
For sure.
You've got many talents.
No, thank you. It's supposed to be like, it's like just do what you like and other people like it kind of stuff, And if they don't, at least you have something you like.
And if they don't, then fuck them.
Yeah, Phil, that kind of fucks up your whole world, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely does. No, but Violet, I love your drums. It's like,
thank you.
At first I was like, oh, I have aspirations now, and then later it was just like, no, my style is definitely solidifying around something completely not Violet Housekid, unfortunately, because what you do is like.
No, I love Phil's stuff.
But yeah,
I always admire Phil's style because it's like it's so real and raw. It's like Philip is really good at not making concessions to anything.
I literally
admire that about you too, Adam.
I literally met both
Very
of you guys
from the heart
on the same day, and like Phil's stuff, and I mean this in a totally positive way, is very academic, very technical, very thought through, and it's very precise, but also with
there's a lot of
precise, but with a punk energy on top of it.
But the process is wrong.
No,
but the process is wrong. Yeah.
But I mean, it's got this sort of it's got this sort of engineer mindset, but it's got this engineer mindset where it's like, I know what I'm doing, and now I'm gonna fuck it all up. And then, Violet's got this sort of loose cannon, let's have a party kind of energy to it, and just having both of those as part of the same event and as part of the same show was super great. So, Phil, you ready to get into some stuff?
Yeah, sure. I don't really have anything cohesive, but I can make some noise.
Make some noise.
You guys won't be able to tell anyway. I'm gonna switch to my interface, so let me know if you lose me. Just make.
Thank you.
All right. You're like the Nick Nolte of electronica.
Oh no.
Make sure you pull just this part for the clip show, Adam. Just us in silence waiting for fucking Phil to do something. Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! That's exactly what I wanted. Holy shit. That was great. Social Distancing Variety Hour. Adam got wire envy, so he had to show off his little modular. Maybe we'll get some one-wayness going.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
I dig it, Wire Envy. So I'm gonna do one too. Why not?
Right on.
Yeah, absolutely. I want a little one-wayness in my life, but like I can't wait until all this is over and I can go to Indianapolis and I want like Phil, then one-wayness so I can go piss and get a drink, and then Violet to like so because I mean, and I want the cleanest E that Indy has to offer, and then just like I just want to roll through the night like that. All right, here's one-wayness.
right.
Oh, so this is
Yay! That was awesome.
Wow. Yeah, that was a one-wayness show. Like, that
was a one-wayness show.
That's like
that takes me back to like the Irvington Theater, and I was like the quiet kid sitting in the back listening to those. Like,
oh, cool.
It speaks to my like, yeah. I was in love with Adam's sound like a long time ago.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It's so
Thank
cool.
you so much.
It speaks to my like avant-garde heart, you know.
Adam
So
Holquist
free.
will now play for you the entire Super Metroid soundtrack.
I haven't played on this show in a while.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Like,
you gotta do it.
I feel
That
like by our
that's
powers
cool.
combined, Adam, we could probably cover that entire soundtrack.
Yeah,
I want
be a
to
lot of
see
fun.
that. I will do stop motion animation of me dressed up, running through and doing the boards for that soundtrack for the videos. I'm
gonna need you to demonstrate.
I think you need to take that excerpt and put it on your OnlyFans.
That's
like,
super,
it's called like Adam slowly strokes a DPO with his LFO.
I mean,
it's pretty hot.
I do have a DPO.
There was some actual stroking happening there. I'm pretty sure that you had a little piezo microphone, touch plate kind of thing.
Yeah,
going on.
I've got the
scratch action.
I've got the ears.
Yeah,
ears. Yeah,
I had one of those going too. Towards the end of my set, all the nonsense into the delay was ears.
Hopefully that all went through the
Nerds!
stream. I don't know. You all heard it. If nobody else heard it, then I'm sorry. We'll fix it for you. We'll fix it in post.
That's right. That sounded good.
It's so like. Go ahead, Adam.
No, go ahead. You got stuff to say. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, like it's like I love music so much. It's just such an escape. It's just such an ability to just disassociate. And I have been made fun of for my dancing since I was in the 5th grade because I didn't get cotillion training. But I will move and I will get out on the floor.
Me too.
And I don't give a fuck. But there's something about electronica that in every facet of just the three of you tonight, like I can find exactly where I want, like how far from the speaker do I want my head kind of stuff. And I think that's like, it's really difficult for a lot of people to get. So do you you're not going to make $1 million until someone samples your music one time to use in a different kind of beat. And this is an artistic expression that is in live time, so how do you reach out? How do you find people? Or is it just like a howling wolf in the fucking woods that you just keep howling until someone answers? Yeah, right.
Oh, it's totally gear centric. It's
Yeah.
We're all gear lords and ladies.
Yeah. It's nerdy.
Oh, it's totally nerdy.
There's a lot of complaints about how the communities for this, you call it there's not a single genre associated with modular, although it does, lend itself towards certain cliches, but you get people complaining that everyone only ever talks about gear, but it's like people talk about what's easy and fun to talk about, but we sneak the conversations about music in through the side door because when people are talking about gear with it, like except for the people who are just like, I can't wait for this to come out. I'm gonna throw away my old one because there's a Mark II coming out, but otherwise, mostly it's people talking about their needs and their desires from a, hey, I think a tool like this would enable me to do what I've always wanted to do. And there's some there's some gems in there in terms of seeing how people's mindset works. But
well,
you know,
and
it's the
like
same thing with the pedal
honestly,
workflow is genuinely interesting.
Like that's
workflow
what
is just interesting.
Like it's become like, I mean, you're both modular people, and it's become so cliche in the modular world, but that's what Clouds was like for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because like it, like I'm an ambient guy, and this tool that like lets any signal become this smeared out spectral textural ambient bed for anything I want to do. Like how
many did you have?
I only have one.
How many clouds?
Just one.
Good for you.
Yeah.
You're very disciplined.
yeah.
I mean, I've never had more than one at once, but
right.
It's like a good girlfriend kind of. It's like I had one, and then it went away, and then it came back, and then it went away,
what was
and then it came back. I've had 5 clouds.
Like, was it Phil? Phil, you said something that I meant to write down earlier when you're legitimately talking about cotillion, but you were like a signed girl, and I just like. I love that phrase. And so when Violet was talking about having different fucking shit, like this is the assigned girl of this moment. But oh man, I'm gonna start my own genre and start making my own modular shit. But it's crazy because it's like fucking Legos, and it's like some people love seeing the shit all together. And like this is what I bought in the box, and I put it together, and now it's a pirate ship. And then there's some people that just like to fit the blocks together, and it's like now it's a fucking screaming tower.
I made a tower.
Yeah,
check out my tower, man.
Yeah, like
I get a lot more people, like a lot more than I get people who are like, I like your music. I get a lot more people who are like, oh my god, you make music with your modular, like that's cool. You know, it's mostly something that we use to bore our house guests. Back when we had those.
That should be the name of all your next series of shows, Adam. Just bore your fucking house.
Bore your house.
Welcome to
with Adam Holquist.
Yeah, with Adam, with one Wayness presents Bore Your House.
One way out the door.
Yep. Like the lasagna was shit. Now let's play some drone.
I came for the lasagna. I stayed for the drone.
That's a t-shirt.
Oh yeah, nasty.
Yeah, that's my shit right
I was
there.
trying to explain. Something you learn with modular. I was trying to explain to my coworker how she was using a fryer, and the fryer when you clean it makes these gurgly sounds. So I started making them with my mouth. She's like, "That's a really good impression." I was like, "Well, I'm like a professional sound designer, you know." So I started trying to explain to her that if you can randomize all of the parameters around sound, all the things that go into a sound, and you lay out all the possibilities before yourself, these are all of the sounds you can make by, mixing up all the parameters that go into every sound. The vast majority of them are a fart. We know this. You guys know this. The modular secret. But most of the sound matter in the world, in the universe, is farts.
There's you're on a cool sound, and there's a cool sound over here, but everything in between is just gurgling farts. And make that, to cross that bridge and just gracefully go through it is impossible.
If you join the Social Distancing Variety Hour OnlyFans, you can watch us gargling farts.
Yeah. That's the high dollar shit right there.
Oh man.
So So Phil, what's coming up for you? Where can the people find you? Where can the people hear your sounds? Give us all the details.
Right on. Thank you for the opportunity to share my non-existent Bandcamp here. I do have a SoundCloud. It's just soundcloud.com.
ROMJAY drops the fucking beats.
There is some beats.
Right.
I don't do, you guys heard, I have a beat in the background so that it kind of like anchors everything else, but Violet's the one with the drums. But soundcloud.com/ROMJAY. I haven't recorded anything like since May, I think. Holy shit.
Link in the video description. SoundCloud.com/ROMJAY. Violet Salas, Violet Housekid.
The back catalog is rich. It's rich.
It's rich.
Buttery.
Speaking of
you should put that on your business card. This back catalog is rich.
Rich and
put
buttery.
that on your grinder.
Y'all gotta check out this lost B-side tape that Violet has up now.
Oh,
thank you.
Before I even existed.
Violet B-side is absolutely where I want to be.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It's called Noise Tape.
Oh, that's how we open the show next week.
Yeah, for sure.
Violet B-sides.
Yep.
On clear vinyl.
It's mostly the flame talking synth, if anybody remembers that one. It was it's a modular module that has the TI, the Texas Instruments SpeakJet chip, and it talks.
Like from the speaking.
I mostly make it talk gibberish on that tape. It's fucking great.
Where do people find you, Violet Housekid?
Well, Bandcamp. You just search use your favorite searching browser and your favorite crap operating system to find Violet Housekid Bandcamp. You'll find it.
VioletHousekid.bandcamp.com. Link in the video description. Violet Salas, Phil ROMJAY.
You guys were fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I had so much fun tonight. Like, we have a bunch of sad shows and we do a bunch of fucking bullshit and like potatoes with cocks. But like, you guys are fucking
we
on
love
point.
it.
Like, you guys covered every base I could ever imagine. We got to talk politics, we got to talk real life, we got to talk society, and you guys made amazing art tonight. So I truly appreciate you guys coming on. I want to have you on again, and then when things become tentatively clean in the world, then I'm totally going to come sleep on both your couches and just dose out while you play me music. That was fucking phenomenal. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael.
Yeah,
Super
for
welcome.
real.
And thanks for having us on. This is so cool. I love this show.
Definitely.
I know you're doing it. It makes me so happy. But Phil, like, you and I could be fucking friends forever. Like, your sense of self and understanding is just absolutely great. And Violet, I am your secret admirer. So, I'll do your OnlyFans if you do mine. That's all good.
Okay.
Violet Housekid, ROMJAY, the
ROMJAY.
Bandcamps, the SoundClouds, find them. They were fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. Adam and I are coming back probably. We got potato cocks to talk about.
Oh yeah, we'll come back. So here's a preview of what's coming up on next week's show, and then we will come back and talk to you afterwards. So Violet Housekid, ROMJAY, love both of you guys. Thank you for being with us.
Likewise.
We'll see you in a minute. Social distancing variety hour, Erie.
Social distancing variety hour.
Social distancing variety hour bonus cookies. We're here in the studio on Sunday afternoon with Dr. Melito, Proto, and L. Taylor. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
And Colleen Munn and Zoe. I don't know Zoe's name. Yeah, working on some music. I'm just here to pick up stuff that Proto didn't have for me, but I forgive him. But going to be guests of the show next week talking about this and other projects, so tune into that. Hi, L. Taylor. Hi, Doc Proto. Hi, Batman. We'll see you next week.
Violet, can you exit? Can you hit the little bye, love you.
Love you, Violet. Social distancing variety
Social distancing variety hour.
That was fun.
Mr. Potato Head with a fucking cock. Like
you ask and you shall receive, Michael.
I mean, I told you I'm an idea man.
Yeah.
And everyone told me it was wrong, but I was right. I was right.
Yeah.
I built a castle on that swamp and it sank. And then I built another castle on top of that, and that one sank.
And that one sank too.
And that one sank too. Anyway, no more before we get a takedown order. This is Tapper's favorite part. But Tapper, check out the detail.
Yeah.
On this fucking potato head cock. This will go in the best of. Yeah, that was awesome. Thanks, man.
Oh, most
You
definitely.
know such cool people.
I got cool friends.
I wish I knew half as many cool people as you did.
You know at least half
That
as
was
many cool
great.
people as I do.
It is, Tapper. You just put the radish in your mouth.
I'm not even looking at this stuff. Let me look at this stuff.
Yeah, don't look at this stuff.
No. Well, we will see you next week.
Yeah, that was super dope. The music was really good. Yeah, next week. What's next week? Proto?
Yeah, Dr. Melita Proto. L. Taylor.
L. Taylor.
Yep.
And maybe some other surprise guests. We'll see. But yeah, that's definitely, there's an album in the works. There's all kinds of stuff. Man, Proto. Dude, straight truth. Straight truth. And that's what we do here. We're out on Instagram and Twitter. Not doing anything, but we're there too.
Yeah.
So check that
it'll be
out.
happening.
Things to come.
S_D_V_H_.
Because it had to be complicated.
Social distancing.
No, it had to work.
Variety hour. If you're nasty, but just
SDVH.
Redact all the rest of it.
Just find one Wayness or Phased Cookies and find it through there. That's probably the easiest thing to do. And I'm all about easy, like Sunday morning.
Easy like Sunday morning. And speaking of Sunday morning, that was several hours ago, but we'll see you next week.
Next week. Good stuff next week. Another fun one.
Dr. Melita Proto, L. Taylor. Good times.
Great
Cookies. Great oldies. Love you guys.
Mr. Potato Head Cock.
Wash your hands.
Wear a mask. Be polite.